So how you been, man?
I'm pretty good, man.
Pretty
I've been since the last time we seen each other. I think that was like some years ago.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I know we used to do, so when I was doing my clothing line and stuff like that, obviously you were doing like the fashion shows and stuff like that
Yeah.
and kind of facilitating it.
Yeah.
So were you kind of straying away from that, or like what's your end goal now?
Well, for that fashion, I mean, I'm out of the actual hosting fashion shows and stuff like that. I mean, now I'm more into fashion. I'm actually about to start my own brand.
Okay.
It's coming in 2 years, 2020.
Word.
Yeah.
You got any name?
It's called S&H.
S&H?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that stand for?
Ski Hall.
Ski Hall? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's gonna be different, man. It's not gonna
Okay.
be like, you know what I'm saying, the everyday typical clothing line here in Virginia. Like I feel like people here in Virginia, they have when it comes to fashion, it's like everybody try to do the same things. Like,
Right.
I get a shirt, I throw my logo up there. I get a hoodie, I throw my logo up there. I get some sweats, I throw my logo up there. It's like the same thing, but mine's gonna be actually different. Mine's gonna be like the H&M feel, type of like the H&M feel. You know
Right.
what I'm
So,
saying?
yeah, and that's kind of why I kind of got out of fashion myself, because I was kind of going down that same path, and I was like, I want to actually design my own clothes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want to just have a baseline and then just throw my print on it. I want it to actually
Exactly.
be my own design. You know what I'm saying? Something that I worked on and built
Yeah.
myself. You know, all the dimensions, all that stuff. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I kind of jumped out of that world with the fashion show. I probably did about three or four more fashion shows after that, and they all were like crazy successful. But for me,
Right.
it was like I wasn't really profiting off it. I mean, I enjoyed help putting people on and getting people exposed to the fashion world and like new models and hairstylists, makeup artists, and et cetera, et cetera. But for me, it wasn't enough for me.
okay, word. So, I know I've seen you posting online about, well, first I saw you said you were deleting the social media. Is that still?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
literally tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably like 9 a.m. Everything's gone.
Okay. Can you give me an insight to that as far as like what your decision to do that was, or?
Just me growing and pretty much like me turning 30, man. It's like my life is beautiful now, and it's like
Right.
I see people use social media. I mean, some people use it positively, but majority is like it's negative.
Right.
People feel like you don't post it on social media, it don't happen. Like social media really have a negative effect on people's lives.
Absolutely.
And for me, I noticed myself getting drained in social media. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is check my phone, check my notifications, scroll through social
Yeah.
media for like 30 minutes. And I got to get up. I got to cook breakfast. I got to do my yoga. I got to get to the gym. But I'm scrolling social media. Scrolling, trying to see what I'm missing. So for me, it's like a cleanse for me. I want to get away from that world and focus on what's going on in my world, my reality.
Okay. I feel
So,
that. I feel
I'm
that.
taking away the social media. Plus, like my business TRUCKET, this about to go down with Lyft and everything, man. It's about to bring so much exposure. It's like now it's like I don't want the stragglers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The fake homeboys, the family members and all that. So I'm trying to get away
Right.
from all that. Just go under the radar.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. So in regards to in regards to TRUCKET, let's talk about that a little bit. So your deal with TRUCKET, or I'm sorry, your deal with Lyft. Can you give any insight to that, or is that still like kind of in the works, or like what?
Nah,
what
the
is
deal is actually done. I can't really speak like number wise, but
Right.
I mean the numbers is pretty much what's going on with that is we're doing a partnership with Lyft, and Lyft is funding my company, and how the partnership is working. They're putting us on their platform, and we're putting them on our platform. So pretty much, Lyft is trying to compete with Uber. Everybody, Uber is a household name. Uber is international. Lyft is literally just the United States.
Yeah.
Lyft don't have like Uber has Uber Eats and everything else Uber has. Lyft is just Lyft, and they
Right.
have nothing to branch off of. So they've been looking for something. They just had an event this past weekend that me and my partner just competed in, and they were looking for the next best thing, and the next best thing is TRUCKET.
Okay, word. So about that event, can you give me an insight to the event? Like, what was it like? Like, and you know, what were some of the other prospects out there?
Yeah, the event it was amazing in itself. I feel like the other prospects they just chose like random. I feel like they just chose random people because when they came across my cell phone app and they seen everybody else's, like for instance, a girl she had she had a clothing line, but it was denim. She had a denim clothing line. She made the finalists. She was one of the 8 final contestants. She had a denim clothing line.
What does that have to do with Lyft?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
She had a denim clothing line. Another guy, he was a veteran. He was an older guy.
Right.
He was a veteran. He sold what do they call it?
Bracelet?
Nah, for your suits that you put on.
Damn, what the fuck is this? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's I know exactly what you're talking about. It's you put it in your in the little button area.
Whatever those things are called.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I'm going to remember, but he actually won the contest. He
Really?
came in first place. He came in first place. He won
was
the
Lyft
contest.
trying to get into like fashion or what?
No,
what is their
with
goal?
the competition was pretty much to find an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Who drives for Lyft? My business partner, he drove. When we first got on the ground, he was driving for Lyft, and you had to complete so many rides to actually like submit your entrepreneurship in the competition.
Okay.
So they look at everybody applicants and they choose who they feel like the best fit. Now the competition was just for money.
Right.
First place won $15,000. Second place won $10,000. Then you have the crowd favorite that wins $5,000.
Okay.
Now Lyft outside of that, that's where our deal came outside of that, and they just pretty much told us to enter that for more exposure as well.
I got you.
But in all actuality, we should have won first place. We definitely should have won first place, but we understand.
And strictly just based on the principle that y'all's concept has everything to do with Lyft. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, okay, interesting. So can you explain to me what exactly is TRUCKET? What are you guys offering as far as services are concerned?
TRUCKET is on-demand delivery. Pretty much it's the truck version of Lyft. How Lyft used the everyday person with a vehicle as a taxi service. We use the everyday person with a truck, van, SUV, pickup truck, or box truck as a delivery service. So you pretty much get delivery on demand. Say you're at Walmart and you want to buy like a bed set and you drive like a Honda Civic and you can't fit it in your car. The first thing you do is what? You either call a family member or you post on social media. Do anybody know somebody with a truck?
Right.
Well, we solve all of that.
Exactly.
Now you just go on the app, you download the app, and pretty much tell the driver what he's picking up. He'll come pick it up and deliver it to your house. Or if you're buying something from OfferUp, because OfferUp doesn't offer delivery.
Right.
You're buying something from OfferUp, the person tells you, find a way to come get it. You have no truck, you have no way.
Right.
So now you have TRUCKET, which we would come pick it up and deliver it for you.
That's genius.
And you don't have to lift a finger. That's the best thing is
That's
you
dope.
paying for convenience. You don't have to lift a finger.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. Okay, dope. So you mentioned the app. Do you guys have an app yet, or are you in the process of development for
Yes,
that?
we have the beta app and our newest app that's coming out this the end of the probably like the middle of December. That's coming out. We actually that's what we're gonna pretty much market from now on. Is the new app that's coming out. What I just explained it to you, that's the beta app. But the new app is pretty much OfferUp and TRUCKET in one. Now you have in TRUCKET, you have its own marketplace where you can sell, say this couch right here that you want to sell this couch. You put it on TRUCKET just like how you will put it on OfferUp, and somebody buys it and it offer instant delivery. And somebody will come and pick it up. So if I buy it from you, I can have it delivered to my house right then and there, or I can schedule a delivery as well.
So that's dope. So you kind of set up a middleman. Now, do you see that being like causing issues down the line? Like say like the middleman, like the person delivering the stuff was like rude to the person, and now the individual that is buying gets bad feedback. Now is that set up like bypassed by a sense like an OfferUp? They'll be notified that they have a specific TRUCKET driver coming to pick it up. Mm-hmm. So that way it kind of removes the buyer from that situation, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
With this, you pretty much now you can choose your own driver. You can rate your driver. You can tip your driver and everything else. Okay. So you pretty much see everything. Walk yourself through the process. Like we follow Uber and Lyft, and we seen all the mistakes that they made, and we probably pretty much capitalize off all their mistakes. Like Uber, you can't select your driver. So say if you get a great Uber driver, you're like, yo, I want to use you for like the rest of the week. You can't, because they send you random people every single time. With us, you can actually select your driver. So if you get a good driver and you build that relationship with that driver, you can go back in the app the next time you need something moved and type that driver's name in or his username, and you can get that same driver.
That's awesome. That's phenomenal. So in regards to that, and I like that you said that, because a lot of people get so hung up on people's successes and just following successful people and successful trends, but they don't realize that the failure is the catalyst to the success.
Definitely.
So when you sit there and you capitalize on other people's failures or other businesses' failures, you know now what not to do.
Exactly.
And or you could put your own spin on it and be like, okay, I saw they failed this way, so let me try it this way. Exactly. And maybe something will come of it. So that's smart. I'm glad that you put that out there, because a lot of people don't take that into account. Yeah, and a lot of people fail because of that.
Yeah, and we actually, if people don't know, we failed. TRUCKET was almost non-existent. We failed horribly last year. Last year when we first launched in June, we had the prototype of the app, but we didn't have the entire thing figured out.
Right.
Like what was originally, it was send a driver and a truck. So it'd be one person in the truck show up, but then you got to pick up a refrigerator or a couch by yourself. So we never could figure that part out, and we didn't want to make the app as an employee. Right. Like you wearing a TRUCKET shirt, everybody wears a TRUCKET shirt, and you get paid hourly, because that's pretty much what we was kind of leaning to, but that's not what we wanted. Right. And we had to figure out the process. So now what it is you have your driver, and you have what's called a tailgater. Tailgater is the helper. Now the driver gets there, and you choose your tailgater too. And the tailgater, you don't have to have a truck, van, or SUV. You can have just a regular car. And you go there and you pretty much help load it up, and then you go to the next location and you help unload it, and you get paid as well.
Okay. Now, comparatively speaking, as far as competition and price is concerned, how does this stack up against somebody simply lifting a U-Haul and going to pick it up?
Yes, definitely. Okay. We're taking U-Haul out of business next year, hopefully.
Okay.
Our goal is to take U-Haul out of business, because the thing is, people, let me ask you a question. Now, if you had to move, would you enjoy moving? Who enjoys moving, right?
Yeah, no.
So
nobody.
if you can pay somebody to do it for you,
right?
Everybody would do it, because that's what we're in the world now where everybody's paying for convenience. Right. You can sit on your butt and you can pretty much go on the internet and surf and buy whatever and have it delivered. You don't have to go to the stores no more.
Exactly.
So what we're doing is we're trying to take U-Haul out, because everybody hates moving. Right. Everybody hates the process of going up to U-Haul, filling out the paperwork, doing the insurance, taking the U-Haul, doing it yourself, filling up the gas tank, bringing the U-Haul back.
Right.
Versus actually downloading the app, having somebody with a truck, van or SUV, box truck, come pick up whatever that is. And if you need a bedroom move, you need a whole house move, come pick up everything. You paying them. That's it. Yeah. And you're out of there. It's out your hair. Okay. You're not even lifting a finger.
Jeez. That's a brilliant business model, man. So in regards, so obviously when you have not so much a structure, but you have clientele that you kind of just have randomly helping people out, I'm assuming obviously there's going to be an insurance policy associated with it. So like if your item gets damaged and moving, you're insured for the product or whatever.
The driver is insured for, say if you lifting and you hurt your back, you insured for that. Any damages to the vehicle while you're doing the trip, any damages to the cargo, and any damages that the driver does. Like if I'm moving and if I hit your door trying to bring the couch in, you get pretty much you get insured for that as well. Okay. So it's $1 million. It's called $1 million blanket insurance.
That's sweet. Okay. So you've done, well, obviously you got to this point. So obviously you've done your research. You put in the work.
Definitely.
So has this been a solo venture? Or do you have like partners that you're working
No, I have a
with?
partner. His name Chris Cook. He's actually the CEO. I'm the COO, but we're equal shareholders within the company.
Okay. Word. So not to pitch all against each other, but whose idea was it? Or was it kind of just a joint effort?
It was a joint effort. Okay. Originally, we was on the phone when we was coming up with the idea. How it happened 2 years ago. Matter of fact, December 2016. It was like December 28th. He'd been trying to get his daughter's bed moved, and he was like going to offer up trying to sell it, and people would want to buy it, and they'd be like, "But I don't have a truck. Can you deliver it?" He'd be like, "I don't have a truck either." So he couldn't get it sold. And one person came to him and wanted to buy it, and it was like, my father's coming in town this weekend. He has a truck, so I'll be able to come and get it this weekend. So he was like, okay. So this weekend came, and her father ended up not coming. So she couldn't get it, and he ended up calling me, asked me, I know somebody with a truck. And I was like, I don't know. Let me post on social media.
Right.
And it was like pretty much a big hassle. And one day he had called me. He was driving for Lyft. He had called me. We was just talking about it. He was like, man, why don't Uber or Lyft have something like a on-demand delivery service? Like, I mean, it solved this big problem. It's crazy that it doesn't exist. And when he said that, I stopped and I was like, why don't we do it? And he was just like, I mean, where will we start? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, we got to figure it out. I mean, I know we probably had to find like an app developer. We knew nothing of the tech world. Right. Nothing of the tech world. And in that instance, he was like, I'm going to call you back. I'm picking up one of my writers. And he called me back like 15 minutes. And he was like, guess what? I was like, what? He's like, the guy just picked up. I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, tell me why he's an app developer. I told him about the idea, and he was just like in shock. And he was like, that's $1 billion idea. I would love to make this idea happen for you. Mm-hmm. And he ended up creating the very first TRUCKET app, which launched in June and failed horribly. But he ended up creating the very first TRUCKET app, man. It's the experience from there, man. It was like a downhill slope because we ended up bringing him in as a partner. His name was David, and he was just like, he didn't know what he was doing. He was pretty much new to the world, and he just kind of like screwed us over a little bit. But we ended up getting rid of him and starting the business completely over January of this year, and rethought the idea and just created everything else. And now we're here right now.
You're right now.
Yeah,
awesome.
So it's definitely been a journey, and it's crazy because we actually the TRUCKET movie is actually coming out in 2020.
A movie.
The movie is explaining the movie. Yeah, Sony Pictures has picked up TRUCKET, and we had a meeting with them about a month ago, and we actually start production in 2019.
That's why I fuck with you, man, because you take one idea and then you branch out to like 50 different other ideas, and then you just make a big I don't want to say scheme, but a big plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you make it work better for you. So that's awesome, man. So Sony, and then you got Lyft coming down the pipeline to pick y'all up.
In the truck, GMC, Walmart, and we got a lot of stuff. Macy's. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming.
Okay, you're gonna be a busy man in the next the next few years, but it's gonna pay off. It's definitely gonna be worth it.
I mean, it's paying off now. Like, I quit all my professions. My business partner, he quit all his professions. We literally do trucking full time. Okay, and he was working at the shipyard, a foreman at the shipyard, making like $30-something, $40-something an hour.
Right.
He quit.
I don't blame him.
When you got a dream, man, when you got something this big, like this is literally the next Uber. This is literally the next, and it's gonna be bigger than Uber. In a few years, this is going to be bigger than Uber.
Yeah, because everybody needs a truck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a truck. And not everybody has $50,000 to throw out for a brand new truck. Or, I mean, I got my truck for like $2,500. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's not a lot of people out there that have the money to just drop it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
you can pay $40, $50, $60 to have something move. And you ain't got to go get a truck. It happens all the time. People go to Lowe's and buy stuff and don't have a truck.
Right.
And then they got Mexicans waiting outside of Lowe's, you know what I'm saying, to do jobs like that. And to save you all of that, you can just use TRUCKET.
Right. Okay. That's dope, man. And it's homegrown, too. You don't have to do no outsourcing. Everything's local.
Everything.
It gives back to the economy. Gives people another source of income they can use. Because I know a lot of people do drive Lyft or drive Uber. So that's another source of income they got.
$5, $6, $7, $8, $10 with Lyft. When you can drive for TRUCKET and make $40 to $60. When our TRUCKET drivers, I know he's bringing in $60, $80, $100 a trip for one trip.
I might be using that app pretty soon. I might put my truck to put it under some maintenance and then get it back on the road, man.
I'm telling you. Okay. And the best thing, no matter how old your truck is, like Uber and Lyft, they have like all these requirements. You have to have a 4-door truck and all these things.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I know with like Lyft and Uber, you have to have obviously like a sedan. You have to it has to be newer, right? Newer,
yeah. See, well, that's no restrictions.
Okay.
You can have a 2-door truck, 4-door truck, 1-door truck. As long as you, the driver, can drive your truck, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there anything that has to be met for the truck drivers? Like it has to be like registered. It has to be insured and stuff like that.
Insurance, registrations, a valid driver's license, and we would do a background check on all our drivers.
Right. Okay. Dope.
So
that's smart.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm proud of you, man. You done came a long way, man.
I definitely appreciate it, man.
From doing fashion shows to being an entrepreneur business.
And when I met you, that's when I had literally just moved to Virginia. I had just got out the military and just moved to Virginia, man. I came here with literally the clothes on my back, my vehicle, and a little bit of money I saved from the military. Mm-hmm. And literally, man, I gave myself like 3-4 months to make it. And I started with the fashion show, started with doing tattoos and personal training and everything else, man. And now it's like 4 or 5 years later.
You found that one thing now.
Definitely. All that stuff paid off, man.
That's all it takes, man. And I always tell people, like, it doesn't matter if you have an idea, just go with it. And if it doesn't work, try another idea. If that doesn't work, try another idea. Something's got to give eventually. You know what I'm saying?
And the biggest thing with people, man, they're so afraid to start their dream or their idea because they're scared of failure. And I tell people all the time, man, the hardest part about starting is actually starting. Because once you start, the snowball effect happens and everything gets to rolling.
Exactly.
And once you're in and it's something that you really want to do, you're not going to stop doing it. You're going to continue to do it. Even if it's little by little, you're going to continue to do it.
Absolutely.
The hardest part about starting is actually starting. No matter what it is, no matter if it's an opportunity, I tell people all the time, an opportunity presents itself, you jump on it. Don't wait for it. Don't wait to see if it's the perfect opportunity. Even if it ain't the right one, what's the worst thing that can happen? Absolutely. Starting a business, what's the worst thing that can happen? Lose out on a couple of $1,000s, but at least you know what not to do the next time.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. If you don't do it, you're never going to know what not to do.
Absolutely. And it's amazing that in 2018, you figure with as much as technology has advanced and as much as we've advanced as a society that we would run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Yet here we are, two guys come up with an inconvenience, and then now they have this $1 million idea or $1 billion. I mean, however large, sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I mean, now you have this idea that is gonna catapult you guys into the transportation industry, the IT industry. I mean, everything can branch out from this. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
There's no limitation on the opportunities that come from this. So I mean, that's phenomenal, man. I
definitely appreciate it. And that's why, like, when the whole thing happened with Lyft, or before it even happened, that's why I hit you up, man. I wanted you to be the first person. I know you just getting yours off the ground, so I wanted you to be the first person to get all, like, everything before, you know what I'm saying, everything started coming out. Because once the news press hit the news next week about the whole Lyft competition and everything, and when we go back to meet with Lyft in 2 weeks, once everything hit the news and his social media and everything start blowing up, man, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get in touch with you.
So
I definitely appreciate that, man. I'm a huge proponent, and you know, everybody helps each other. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
because you know, there's things that people can offer that other people can't offer, and the only way that we're gonna build up our community and build up our area is with each other. You know what I'm saying? People always see someone doing good and they'll refuse to support them because they're doing good. The most support you will get is from people you don't even know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy. That's the sad part about it, though.
And it is.
That's the sad part about it, man.
It is. I get more support from strangers than I get from people that actually know me, and it's crazy. Yeah. And it's great because I'm a very helpful person, man. I help everybody out, no matter who it is. Right. I can just meet you one day you need help, $20, whatever the case may be. I'm just that guy. Right. And it's crazy that, like, I get more support from people I never even met before versus people that I see playing football, whatever the case is going on. It's crazy.
Right. Damn. So a lot of people may not know you yet. Yeah. So a lot of people may not know you, but you used to have dreads. So can you tell me what the idea behind cutting your dreads was? Like, what was the motivation behind that? Because I mean, I used to have dreads myself. They weren't as long as yours, but it's a time commitment. It's a money commitment. I mean, it becomes a part of you. It does. So what kind of drove you to cut those?
Oh man, it happened Wednesday morning. I was just going to the barbershop just to get like a regular cut, man. And my barber started cutting my hair, and I'm sitting there thinking about everything. Like, man, I'm just turning 30. Like, literally, my life is just really the beginning, and everything is falling in place for me. And I was like, man, I just need to start on everything. Okay. And I just was looking in the mirror, and I was looking at my dreads, and I was just like, I'm about to go to this meeting with Lyft, about to go to this event with Lyft, man. Just cut them.
Take it off.
And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. As soon as I said yeah, she pulled out the scissors and started cutting. Before I even could shed a tear, she was already cutting them off. And I was just like,
you did shed a tear.
Yeah, I did.
I did too when I come on, man. I did too when I come because, like I said, man, it's a commitment. It's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's definitely a commitment, man. So that's a big move. You know what I'm saying? I think it does symbolize you starting, like you said, a new chapter in your life, and definitely starting it with a clean slate, a new look. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. New year, new me kind of deal. Yeah. Except it's gonna be consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym and you go for like a week,
for like 2 months, right? And then you don't see nobody ever again. Yeah.
Right. You be like, hey, bro, you been missing from playing fitness? What's up? Yeah. Man, I got some things to cable up. You know.
Always.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So it's like you stick into a regimen, and then you just
definitely
sticking through it. Now, do you feel like, I know you do like yoga and stuff like that? Do you feel like that kind of helped you like mentally and spiritually kind of, you know, be more, I guess, narrow-sighted to your actual goal?
Yeah, definitely. Me doing yoga and meditation, and I had a big part, and that's another thing. It had a big part to do with me cutting my hair, because a lot of people say, I mean, your hair, I mean, I tell people all the time, your dreads, man, you hold on to different people energies that you've been around, and sometimes like you need that fresh start. So for me, I just wanted to let them go and start fresh. I'm just turned 30. I'm saying, they got a lot of stuff going on. I'm opening up a whole new chapter. So I'm about to try to advance everything that I'm doing with yoga, my fitness, and my nutrition and everything. Like everything, I'm just about to try to like go all out, man.
Absolutely, man. That's dope, man. That's real dope. Okay, cool. Well, hey, man, I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you busy, man. I got some things coming down the pipeline too that I gotta get ready for. We gotta start recording for the podcast here soon. Definitely. So, but nah, man, I definitely appreciate you coming out
anytime, man.
And give me the opportunity to get the first look on the business. So everybody keep a lookout for TRUCKET coming very soon. Gonna be hitting everywhere. Gonna take over Uber. Gonna take over Lyft. It's gonna be big.
Everything.
It's gonna be huge.
Everything. And I definitely appreciate you letting me come out, man.
Yeah,
this is
definitely
a blessing, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, Ski. I appreciate you, bro.
Most def, bro.